everyone. I have been wanting to do this video for a while, but and I just filmed it, but I'm gonna redo it because I knew that I was rambling too much and not being very clear, and I think I missed some points that I wanted to make. So here I am starting over. I dug up this whole thing, which is from a class I took a year ago. This is we're gonna ignore all of this. This is talking about a vibrational cleansing spray, but it serves the purpose I need it to in demonstrating frequency and emotion. Or this is really like state of being. Isn't emotion like your emotional state of being? That's what it is. I know this shit. I swear I do. Okay, so the reason I want to talk about this is I really want to bring some clarity to the topic of law of attraction, manifestation, and you know, where you are in all of it. Like just getting a sense of where you are and understanding why things happen to you, and you know, be like the first step in becoming the deliberate creator of your own experience. Because to the degree that you are able to be honest with yourself about where you are, what is active within you, and really own everything that happens in your life experience as sourcing from what's going on internally. Your outer reality is a direct reflection of your inner reality. Like to the degree that you are able to be honest and real about that is the degree of power and just releasing and peace that you will be able to achieve in your life. It is only when you don't want to own shit, and so you refuse to see and understand and acknowledge why things are happening, that you know, you're not in control, because you won't be like, you'll be ignoring and avoiding, and you won't be aware of how you are creating things over and over again. And it really, sometimes it just takes peeling off the layers of the onion, you know, and you just got to focus on feeling as best as you can in this moment, and you know, let everything else meet you there. That is the best way to use law of attraction to overcome all of this. You don't really have to overcome anything. If you are able to focus on feeling good right now, like if you can hold the focus of your being to feel good, like I choose your thoughts. That's all it takes. It just takes being able to deliberately think, speak, and feel, and you know, use that, guide it, understand law of attraction, and let law of attraction do its work. Then you're home free. You're home free, my dudes. Okay, so first thing I want to talk about is hold on, give me a minute to collect my thoughts. Okay, so I want to clear up some shit first. Let's talk about the creation process, because you know, manifestation is a hot word right now. But when I first picked up on it, it seemed like, you know, how to create things. But I really think that is not a good way to introduce yourself to manifestation, because, you know, you got to understand that everything around you is manifested. Everything you see physically has manifested from your point of being. So, you know, you're manifesting not just the car, not just the money. You're manifesting the fights in your relationship. You're manifesting the lack of money in your reality. You're manifesting the attacks from other people. It's an attractive universe, not an assertive universe. So you're manifesting people being rude to you every day. That allows you to play out your victim role. You are the director of your own life story in this universe, and so people will play the roles you assign them. You can play any role. You really can play any role, and the people who figure this out do that. That's why celebrities kind of just like create a persona and let that persona, you know, take off. It works really well because this universe is designed for that. So yeah, just owning it. Owning it. You create everything good, you create everything bad, you create everything. You create everything. You are the creator. And as soon as you start owning the bad shit, but like not feeling bad about it, then it just, the book, The Untethered Soul, talks about, I think it's called a sanskara. You take in so much information every day, but the things that stand out to you, the things that you focus on and pay attention to are things that you have emotionally reacted to and brought into your own experience. I think he uses the example of like when you're driving down the road, you take in a lot of information of like, you pass by a lot of houses, stop signs, the paintings on the road, but you don't focus or pay attention to any of that because you have no emotional attachment to it. But then he says somebody who paints roads might pay attention to it, and it might drive them crazy if like lines are not perfect. I don't know. But an emotional, there's some sort of interest or emotional awareness going on there. Like it's active in you to pay attention to it. And so when you have reacted to things, good or bad, you lock it in and, and then you vibrate at it and it becomes something that you attract over and over. So people think that they are reacting to situations, and their reactions are justified because it always happens, but it always happens because they reacted to it. It starts from the emotional reaction first, as soon as you can stop reacting and you can let something pass cleanly through your heart, keep an open heart, then you're good. Like if you are attracting the same type of relationship over and over again, as soon as you kind of just like play it out, but you don't react to it, because at that point it's physically already going to manifest because that's how creation happens. Like you've already planted the seed for it. So sometimes that final relationship is like one that you're not emotional, like you're kind of almost aware in the back of your mind and you're just going through the motions and you're like, this is just something I always do, but you don't feel it anymore. That is when you will level up, let's say, to uplift to the next thing that you want. And you don't have to have it all figured out. Like let your life happen to you because it is all for you. You have preferences and your inner being, your soul, knows your preferences, is holding to your preferences, and just let your life unfold because everything that comes to you will be for you because you have created it. It's just, you experience something you don't like, what you do like, it goes into your vortex or your vibrational escrow. It's only yours. And then as soon as you can align and feel good, you are in the receiving mode, it can show up in your experience. That's how it happens. So kind of like planting seeds and the seeds grow. You have an emotional, or you think a thought, it's the thought is the seed. Let's say like your choosing of it to, if you let it keep playing out in your head, then you are nurturing it, you're watering it, you're giving it sunshine, and it's growing, and it's gonna grow. It's gonna become physical. It's gonna become a plant. And if it's not something you wanted, your emotions would have been telling you when you were nurturing it and giving it water that it's not something you wanted, because you wouldn't have been feeling pretty good about the thoughts that you were planting, if that makes sense. Ooh, this is a really good explanation. Kudos, Sally. But if it is something you want, you're going to have like goosebumps. You're going to feel so good when you're thinking the thought, and nurture and grow it. And what it grows into in your life experience is going to be a vibrational match to that. And it's going to make you feel good. And if it was a seed, a thought that didn't feel good, it's going to manifest into something that's going to make you feel not good. But it's not a bad thing, because when you experience things that you don't like, you know what you do like, even if it's not conscious. And it becomes a part of your vibrational escrow, your vortex, and you know, it's there for you. So nobody else has access to that. It's yours. So that relationship that every bad relationship you go through is creating this dream relationship for you. Like it's perfectly tailored to you. It is so individual for you. It's somebody who will just be such a match to the things you've asked for. And it's not like, you know, you're not in complete control. You don't want to be in complete control of another person. You want to let other people be free, but it's going to be the important things. Like, you know, I want somebody who is interested in these things with me. I don't know, because me and Caden are like, me and Caden are pretty playful and childlike. I definitely put that in my vortex. So I got it, but it doesn't really bother me that we have different hobbies and interests so much, because we're also very independent people. And so we like having our time away from each other, we like having our own lives, and we like having our own lives, and we like having all of those like similar important qualities that keep us together, if that makes sense. So like, perfect. We created that together. We manifested that. And we allowed it to happen. So yeah, I wanted to talk about creation because, you know, manifestation is you manifest what you are. I heard that from Dr. Wayne Dyer. You manifest what you are. You don't just manifest what, like, you know, things. But that's like a trend. And I feel like it's a trend because, you know, people are selling that because it brings people in. People might not be at a place where they're thinking, I want to get in touch with my soul, but they might be thinking, I want a shiny red sports car. So that's how that happens. And yeah, so let's get into this now. So this is frequencies. You have a set point on here, and it's where you hang out in, and it's what law of attraction gives you. So it's what your physical reality will look like around you. It'll be very similar. I used to hang out down here in, you can see that? Self-abuse, self-hate and abuse and depression. That was me. That was my set point, and everything in my experience reflected it, allowed me to play this role and continue to be here, because law of attraction is not somebody in the sky determining what you get. Law of attraction is a law of the universe, like gravity. It just is, which is how it works. So if you can think of like putting something hot in putting something hot in the freezer, it's gonna match the dominant temperature. If you put something cold if you put something cold in the microwave, it's going to match the dominant temperature, you know? Is that a good way of explaining it? So you have to be like, everything around you will be a match to you. So this was Victim Alley, just, you know, so lost, so sad in the world, and that's okay, because I'm so grateful for that time, because I wouldn't be here if I hadn't been that bad. Wouldn't be who I am right now if I hadn't been that bad. Never regret the things that happened to you, because without contrast, you don't get that, like, that opposite. You don't get the opposite of the spectrum. It's you don't gain the value to want it, to have it. Some people do kind of just coast through life, and I would rather have a contrasting life than be a coaster, because I want to be alive. I want to feel alive, and I felt not alive, so now I feel very alive. You know, I'm very grateful for that. So I was there, and then I just, you know, you gotta just practice your thoughts. You gotta get to the point where you're slowed down enough that you can isolate what individual thoughts feel like. So it's hard for me to remember, but I've had experiences recently that have really demonstrated what this used to be like. You have no control of your thoughts. You know, your thoughts are just woo, 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 and you're just going along for the ride. Like, I had no control of my head at all. Like, I had no idea what I was thinking. I had no idea. I was just lost. Seriously, that is like the definition of lost. Like, my head was doing a lot that I wasn't aware of what was triggering what, and yeah, and my outer reality was just as chaotic. But my head is like, this is not my example, but I'll use it. Like, out in space, everything's so quiet, and so like, just anything you hear is very like deliberate. Maybe because like, I don't know, you're out there creating your own experience. Whereas here, there's a lot to interact with. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyways, my head is pretty quiet. I'm aware of what I'm thinking. I'm very deliberate about what I'm thinking. So if you're not aware of what you're thinking, that's a problem. Like, that's why people encourage meditation, because it's kind of, I've heard it described as like a shower for your mind. You know, it's like fresh start, reset. Sleep is a reset. So every morning you have a fresh start to choose your thoughts. Every 17 seconds, a new thought will join your thought by how it feels. So your inner being, should probably explain this a little better. So you have an inner being. It's your soul. It's the part of you that's still energetic, still vibrational, and you are here projected from yourself, physically focused. It's this dynamic relationship that creates the universe, and it's amazing because your inner being can't experience this, but you can. So you can create, because without contrast, we would have nothing to expand from. We would have perfection is true death, because then there's nothing new to ask for. There's nothing new to create. This is so important. So you're out here experiencing, asking. Your inner being is just there, not able to go down here. So being, giving, this is your vortex. And you have the option of where you are on this spectrum. You can get here and you can actualize this in your life. But you have to practice it. This is like a radio station that you have to keep tuning to and staying tuned to, because you can fall out of it pretty easy. But the more you practice it, the easier it gets. I've been at this for a year, and lately I've been down here in rage. Quite frequently, but I've just shut myself off from the world, and I just don't interact with people because I don't want to expand that. I want my interactions with people to come from here. I want my life to expand from here. So I just try to sleep a lot if I can't figure it out, and I'm just really easy, and I let it play out, and then I'm back here. I'm back in my vortex. Yeah, is there anything I missed? Basically, become very aware of what your thoughts feel like, how you feel most of the time. Know that how you are feeling is what you are getting, and that can feel pretty scary, because sometimes when I get in a bad mood, I'm like, no, I don't want to go through something. But then you just kind of get to the point where like things lose power over you. Like, no matter what is happening around you, you just are okay. Like, your car could break down and it just doesn't freak you out the same way. So it's not a big deal. And honestly, it's kind of funny. It kind of makes me laugh. And remember, you want this. You want this. You want to keep expanding like you do. So yeah, I hope that made sense. We can do another clarifying video if we need to, I guess. So let me know what you think, and I love you guys so much. As always, have a very happy day and week. I would be lying if I said I knew which day of the week it was. It's Wednesday. Have a happy Wednesday. And thanks as always for tuning in.